This is an Xbox 360, and this is an Xbox One Bad Edition that you guys probably forgot about. This is an Xbox. I don't own one, so I just put a picture on screen for you guys to see it. And this, according to Microsoft and Asus, is the first ever portable Rogue Ally Xbox. Yeah, this is a big box. That's right, mobile gamers. This thing arrived today. It's the 17th. I'm filming this the same day it arrived, and I only ordered it 3 days ago. And the reason why was because of Linus. And whenever he released his video, I listened to it and I was like, okay, fine. I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see if I like it. And if not, well, I bought it off Best Buy. So you guys know what happens if you buy things on Best Buy and you don't like it. Why? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now, if I do like it, then I'll probably keep it and I will probably sell my Ally X. Probably. Why? Because I need to make the money back to pay for this thing. And I also have this thing still. That's what we're going to compare today. We're going to see basically how it looks and feels. We're not really going to do any of the hardware stuff that much. I am just going to do an unboxing, check out what you got in store for everybody when you open this thing and set it up and basically see what we have in front of us. They say it's a Rogue Xbox Ally X. And based off of what I've heard so far, is that true? Well, the thing about that is I commented on Linus Tech Tips video and I said, if this thing isn't going to natively play my Xbox games, then how can Microsoft or Asus call it an Xbox? It's might look like an Xbox controller. It might play Xbox games streamed over the cloud. And I'm sure we can do some emulation and play Xbox on it and Xbox 360. But is it really going to play all the games and be like an Xbox? I haven't bought a single console when it comes to an Xbox console or Xbox 360, that is, in a long time. I still have my old fat Xbox because I haven't seen a need ever since I started playing with PC, like, I don't know how long ago, to buy another console. And then when I saw this, I was hopeful. But then I found out that it's literally just, well, we'll see in a second. Okay, we have in the box that little stand that they like to give you. Never really used it on my either of my other devices. Can my other ones fit in here? No, they can't. So it's thicker. Stand is thicker, doesn't fit. Okay, so you have that in the top. I'm gonna put that back in there. And then the device itself, which I can see right here. There it is. We have charging instructions. You're gonna have to plug it in before we actually get into it and power it on. And let's take this thing out. Price wise, this thing is pretty expensive. I'm gonna tell you that. It's a pretty expensive device for the one that I got. This is the Ally X version. I don't think you should get anything but the Ally X version if you don't have something already, in my opinion so far. I know I'm basing it off of what I've read and heard, but I obviously bought it for a reason, and I'm gonna take some time to actually make sure I like this thing before I decide what I did with basically with the Ally X. Is I bought it and I was like, this isn't really any much different than my Ally, this one right here, and I sent it back. And then I bought it again because I ended up buying an open box one that probably was even my open box one, who knows. So I play on this thing all the time. I have my One X Fly F1 Pro, but that thing keeps having hardware issues and I have to fix the trigger again for a second time. Contacted One X player, and that's kind of nonsense. But I play on this, never had any problems with it hardware wise, and it plays great. Like a lot of games that I play, at least, it plays great. Now for this, which is what you're here for, right? Okay, joysticks, they feel about the same. They are loud and clacky still, just like the Xbox, or not the Xbox, the Rogue Ally X. Now, I have rubbers on mine. I always put rubbers on my joysticks so they don't clack and clank like this does. But I've already shared what I've done with that before in the past. We have our watt charger, 65 watt charger, which I'm going to plug in and use this one, not the one that's plugged in right now. I think that's an Asus one anyways, which here's my charger from this one. I think they're both the same. They're literally both the same, but I'm going to use the one that it came with so that if it doesn't work, then whatever, it should work anyways. Now, before we check this out, if you like kind of more straightforward raw reviews like this, hit that subscribe button. I don't do hyped up reviews about products that often. I try to be as straightforward and basically, I don't know, forthcoming to my first thoughts about a device and then my final thoughts about a device maybe about a month down the road, and kind of just give my opinions if I think it's worth it. I haven't really given my full opinion about this thing, but it's great. I think it's great. Same with my Ally. I never really gave my opinions about these because they're good. They just do what they need to. So that's why I'm doing a review like this for this thing, because I'm very, very curious to see if this thing is really what it's cracked up to be when it comes to the ergonomics, jumping into the actual software. Honestly, that already feels great. I was actually nervous about this, okay? So I was nervous about them saying that this grip, you know, feels just exactly like the Xbox controller, okay? It does actually feel like that. I thought it was going to be super fat and not feel good in my hands, and honestly, I can feel like this over this, because this thing, it does have nice grips on the back, but I feel like sometimes I need something still. And I've said this in the past on a lot of my videos where I review these things, is that I think because I'm used to holding a controller for so long, I have that feel in my hand where I need to wrap all of my fingers around the entire edges and everything, right? So that feels good. Now, when it comes to all the buttons and everything, volume rocker, SD card slot, power button, headphone jack, which is great for a lot of people. And then we have the Thunderbolt 4 and I think 3.2, I think is still on the top, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's all the same kind of look to it. Really not too much has changed when it comes to the top of this. Triggers feel better, actually. Not that much of a difference, honestly, from what I can feel from the Xbox Ally X or the Rogue Ally X, and even the buttons on the back, okay? We have the buttons on the back still. They did a huge, big change with those from this thing, which have these bigger ones on the back, to this, and now this too, right? So this feels good. I can't wait to actually game on this. Now they have an Xbox button right here. They have the Armory Crate button right there. Oh, start and selector down here now, which that's going to be weird. Why did they change those? Because we had the Armory Crate and the, I don't even remember what that button does. Oh, that opens up the side menu. That opens up the Armory Crate side menu. Start and selector up here. And maybe I'll get used to that. I don't know. We'll see. Now let's do what everybody's waiting for. Turn it on. Now, is it gonna light up? Yeah, it's gonna light up. And Republic of Gamers. Now, I've liked Asus for over a decade now, since my buddy showed me his Asus laptop, and never had a single problem with any of their hardware or their software. Not saying that I haven't had any problems, but yeah, this is very familiar too, by the way. The buttons are pretty loud. Like that's loud, okay? That's gonna be loud and you're gonna need to do something with that, but they're still loud on the regular one as well. Okay, so from my understanding, everybody keeps saying that this is supposed to be, oh yeah. Okay, I don't care. Shush up. This is supposed to be more of a console-like experience, but I'm feeling like this is still a Windows-like experience. All right, I want to skip all this. The reason why is because I do not like to log into my Microsoft account, so I'm going to do that, okay? I'm going to attach my mouse and keyboard really quick here, and I'm going to skip all this. Now, before I do all that, that's one big thing I really highly recommend this company to revise. Having a USB-A port on this device as well. The reason why is because there could be room down here for it, and because I actually use my USB-A port more than you would think on a portable PC. Probably a lot of people do too, especially if you use this as your main, basically, device. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to bypass the login section of this device. The reason why is because I do not want to log into my Microsoft account and waste any time doing that. Now, is that going to affect the whole Xbox experience? Well, we're going to find out in a second. Now, if you want me to do a video about how I do that, then let me know. Maybe I'll do a video about how I set up my PC handheld when I get it. And the reason why I don't log into my Microsoft account isn't because I don't have games on it or anything like that. Is because I don't want all these updates pushed through to me constantly. I just want to jump in, download Steam, and check for updates really quick when I want to, and then play the games. I want this just to be as easy and seamless as possible. I don't want to have to mess around with that when it comes to Windows. I do that with my desktop and my laptop as well. And then if I need to log into Windows, I will do that after the fact. I won't do that right away. I hate how they try to push you to log into your Microsoft account right away. Okay, continue in English. Hopefully the narrator doesn't pop up again. Country, I am in Canada. Yes, Canada. Now, I've never found this part to be really, I don't know. You don't really need to do it. I don't have internet, and this is where we can skip all this, right? So I'm going to accept the terms, and I'm going to give my device a name. So I'm going to name this device DNA Xbox Ally X. Great. Next. I'm not doing a password. No. This is kind of how I set up my device, by the way. And if you want me to, I'll just put it in the description of what I do to just skip that intro, because it gets you into the boot menu and everything else quicker. Now, get more Asus device. No, I don't want to do any of that. And then let's just wait. Okay, so you see how fast I got into the main menu now? It's not logging in, it's not trying to check for updates, it's not doing all of that nonsense. Now, Xbox needs an update. We're unable to apply the update right now, and it's trying to do the update. Now, we're still in Windows, okay? I'm going to connect to my internet, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Right now, even holding this is actually not as heavy feeling. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's, I don't know. I worked out again today, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but this does feel good. This feels good. I'm going to be honest with you. This does feel good. I'm going to press try again and see what happens. Getting updates ready. Now, I know I said we don't have to go through the updates and stuff, but I guess you need the internet to get this Xbox, I don't know, app updated and going. Now, I'm going to log into my Microsoft account that owns a whole bunch of games and everything and has Xbox Live games and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll do another video about that. I'm not going to do the whole experience today, but you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do the whole experience. If you guys watch the entire video, then great, because I'm sure before you go ahead and think about saving money for one of these for Christmas or anything of the sort, you might, want to see what I experience. Even though I have experience with the Ally X and the Ally Z1E, I've had that thing for 2 years, or since basically February after the year it released. I don't think it was 2022 maybe, or 2023. I don't remember. I also have the Steam Deck, which here's the Steam Deck, all smudgy, and size-wise, they're the same size. Now, thickness-wise, not really, but it's still pretty big. It's a big device. But comparing it to like the Ally X, it is a lot bigger than that, but that's probably because it's thicker and that new chipset inside. And I want to do some actual game testing when it comes to playing on this and stuff on the channel. Maybe I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff, so sign into my Microsoft account. So yeah, I'm going to do that right now. And luckily I have authentication set up and everything like that, so that I can just log into my Microsoft account that owns a whole bunch of games and stuff. So hopefully we can just get right in and maybe see if it just works. Okay, there's the update center initializing. Okay, no, that's command center. I don't know why I call it update center. And we're at 35 watt turbo. Holy crap. All right, auto control mode. And I'm going to change this to desktop mode because I'm having problems with the mouse and keyboard. FPS limiter, I'm going to do 60. Show desktop, RSR, NAP, keyboard, game profiles. Like, I don't think I'll ever need to use 35 watts. I was always using 17 watts when I wasn't plugged in. I'm very curious as to how long the battery life is going to last on this. Now, I'm sorry if my autofocus is being crappy. I need to buy like an actual camera. I think this is just how it looks. Maybe it looks okay. Actually, it does look okay on the camera. I think it's just my rendering. But anyways, so let's check this out. And now I'm pressing the wrong button already. So I already pressed the wrong button. So this is the select button. That's the Armor Crate button. I pressed the select button by mistake. And yeah, I have to log into my Microsoft account here. So yeah, I like this. If you've never owned a gaming PC at all, this might be interesting for some people, just because you get used to how to use these after a while. Like, obviously I had no idea what I was doing with the Z or Z1E when I first got it, but I play it all the time, and now it just kind of sits because I have this one. Use this count everywhere on your device. Sure. Now that's where, you log in anyways, I guess. So that's what I'm doing right now. Now again, this is going to confuse the heck out of me at first probably, because I am used to this button being down here. Now it's down here, and why? Now hopefully we can remap these, because I'm gonna already start gravitating up here and pressing these buttons. Why the frick did they do that? I don't know. I almost want to... you can't even do that. I was gonna say, maybe I can switch these buttons to this one up here and then this one down here. I don't know, maybe I'll take some some nail polish remover and just remove the actual icons. I don't know, honestly. Turn on Windows backup. No, I don't want to be reminded again. No thanks. I don't do that stuff. Now let's go. Okay, we're gonna log into our Microsoft account, and this is gonna still be, it's got Windows on the bottom still. So like, we can still access, like, start without my data. I don't use data for anything. I don't do any syncing for anything. I think it's such a backdrop to do all that kind of stuff. Now, games, play history. Can I go to my games? I have Game Pass, I think, still. What about my game history? Can I actually play my games that I own, like from Xbox 360, Java and Bedrock edition? Like, I own that with this, like Microsoft for Windows, Minecraft, cloud gaming, maybe play 100 console games on PC. Okay, so I have Fallout New Vegas. Oh, there's Fallout New Vegas. Okay, let's try to see if we can just jump right back into Fallout New Vegas. Join Ultimate, play with Xbox Cloud Gaming, try again later. All right then. Well, I own that game on my Xbox 360, so why can't I play it? Because it's part of Game Pass, and I'm not gonna buy Game Pass just to play a game I already own. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I own Skyrim on Xbox 360, Bethesda games. Like, where's all my Xbox 360 games? Where's my Xbox games? Like, where's my whole list of all of my games that I own on Xbox? I can use the touchscreen, I guess. Grand Theft Auto Online. Let's go Fallout. I'm just gonna go Fallout. Okay, I have a whole bunch of games, honestly, but Fallout 3. Where are you? Fallout 3? Is that not part of compatible anymore? All right, well, Fallout 3 doesn't look like it's compatible anymore. So really, Xbox and Microsoft and Asus, this is not a Xbox. Like, just because you put Xbox controllers on it. This is my first impressions too, remember? Like, this is, like, I haven't done lots of research about this. I listened to Linus Tech Tips about this, and again, this is just me checking this out. Okay, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, join Ultimate. I don't own Ultimate. I'm not paying a service fee to play my games that I own digitally. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Bluey the video game, join Ultimate included. Like, this is still not going to be nice to people that don't understand how to use this. And is this just a front end? This is just a front end. It's just a front end. That's all that is. That's really... And then we have the Xbox button that does the overlay, and that just opens up this. So this is still not a console-like experience. It's just a front end that's loading still Windows, and you're still jumping into Windows and able to access everything as a Windows device. Okay, well, I guess this video is not going to be too long because, well, I'm going to do some gaming on it. I'm going to do some performance testing on it, see how good it actually is. Does it jump back over to 17 watts? Yeah, it does, because that's like the main performance profile. I'm going to set up all of my stuff, like my games, my get rid of Copilot and all that kind of crap. They could have added extra buttons. Is this going to be worth it for the price that it is? Like, it was $1,400, I think, Canadian, after taxes and shipping. Is the battery going to be a lot better? I will find that out soon. Is this going to be the end-all be-all device? Are they going to have a lot of recalls? Are they going to have a lot of returns? You know, like, yeah, this feels good. Is it going to perform a lot better? I'm sure you could find some videos out there already about people saying, yeah, it does perform a lot better. But how much better? We'll have to find out. I'm going to try to figure out this whole Xbox. Like, how do I get back into that Xbox? Oh, there it is right there. Okay. And that's just basically like the LIX. Okay, I'm going to turn this on for a second, okay, just so that people can see a difference. I think this should be in here because really this is just another front end. This isn't like a full console like experience. This is just a front end from what I'm experiencing right now. From a first person using this, somebody that hasn't... Oh, there's all my games right there, recently played. Okay, let me log in here. Okay, Now if I press, well, let's just wait till it boots up. It should just open it up automatically in a second. My armory crate, there it is. Okay, armory crate. And that's what it's opening up right now. It's just basically the armory crate front end. And there's my games right there that I have on this device. I just play Call of Duty, Minecraft, and I also have some of my other emulation and stuff like that down there. And honestly, that's all this really is a front end. I wonder if we can get like this front end on this device, probably. I'm gonna close out armory crate. Maybe this is what this is just armory crate. I thought this was going to be more like a Steam Deck experience. Now let's show all our recent gameplay. Can I play this? Let's see. Can I go down to these games and play them? Like there's all my games right there. I found my games, guys. Cool. Not all of them, but I can see most of them, but I can't click on any of these. I can't actually play these or anything. This isn't doing nothing. Where can I play Stick of Truth? Can I jump in and play that? Add a console. Where can I play? Add a console. Remote play? No, we can play remote play. I want mobile. Save? No. Badges? No idea. Okay, well, so far, I like the feel of it. Okay, it's got an angled screen too. I know about that. It's got an angled screen, meaning that if you're sitting like this, the screen's kind of in your face. Compared to this, it's just flat and you have to like tilt your face up like this or change different angles. That's really all else I have to say about that. This is going to be, like I said, the most rawest kind of first impressions about this thing, if it's actually worth it. But where's this console like Xbox experience? Microsoft, if you see this video, tell me exactly what I did wrong, because yeah, I didn't log in right away. As if somebody's gonna say, oh, it's because you didn't log in right away. Well, I'm logged in now. What if one last thing here, let's restart the device. Let's see if it boots into some sort of magical fancy trickery, because I was hoping that I was going to be able to play with this. Obviously, it doesn't have a disk drive, but, you know, that's how I thought this thing was going to pan out. The only thing I like about this so far is how it feels in my hands. And performance-wise, we'll have to see what kind of performance is going to boost compared to this device. And this device is the same processor, different battery and everything, but they did a lot better work with this than this thing. This thing still runs great, runs everything I play on this fine. Obviously it's the same processor chipset, I guess. So, but here we go, logging in to my DNA Xbox Ally X. Looks like Windows still. And unlock your photographic memory with recall. No, I don't want that. Like what? Back to Windows. Maybe there'll be an update that'll say, hey, do you want to boot into the console like experience or something first, or do you want to boot into Windows? So it's literally, yeah, literally and it's already logged into all my other stuff because I logged into my Wi-Fi. Great, didn't want that to happen. That's why I don't like to log into my Microsoft account on these things. Now, when it comes to this, I own this game, subscribe, included in premium, but I own this game. If I go to my Microsoft, like, you have to subscribe to this. And they didn't even give us, does this PC come with it? I don't think so. We didn't even get a free, like we did with these. We got a free like 2 months or something. I guess not. Great. Thanks a lot there, Xbox and Microsoft. You're not giving away things anymore. You're charging us a lot more money. And this is really not the greatest first impressions of your so-called Xbox Ally X. Bye-bye!